Next to slugs and snails, aphids are probably the #1 pest in the garden. They're little sap-sucking insects which fly around in the air, and they're also called whitefly, blackfly, etc. But what they do is they fly around looking for really soft, succulent, tender growth to feed on. And they land on that and they start sucking the sap out. And because they're feeding on very young foliage, what they will often do is, as the leaves expand and grow, they'll create this sort of puckered effect and little tiny spots on the surface of the leaves as well. They're usually found on the undersides of the leaves. One of the best ways to avoid getting aphids is to keep your plant healthy, because healthier plants tend to be more resilient to them. If, however, your plant has a massive infestation, then there's a couple of different options that you can try. Now, my preferred way of dealing with aphids, and this is particularly good in light infestations, is just look for them and I just brush them off or squish them really with my fingers. Another method you could try for light infestations is to get a strong jet of water from the hose and just blast the foliage with the water. And what that does is just blast the aphids off. You may need to repeat the process though several times. If you have a heavy infestation of aphids, then one of the things you can try is a biological control. Now, basically, biological control just means that you're introducing some of the aphids' natural predators, things like ladybirds and lacewing larvae. And then, when these are introduced, what they will do is just start eating the aphids, and that will just naturally reduce their numbers. Now, you can of course use chemicals, and there's lots of these to choose from. Some are stronger than others. This is a particularly good one. It's an organic pesticide that contains natural pyrethrins, but there are of course synthetic ones as well. One thing I would say though, if you're using insecticide, please use them responsibly. That means following the manufacturer's instructions and never ever spraying insecticides onto open flowers which other pollinators may be coming to.